This is NBC5 News at 10 on KOBI.
The strike is over. ONA frontline nurses at Providence have voted to end their historic strike. Thank you for choosing NBC5 News at 10 on KOBI. I'm Andrea Boyd. The Oregon Nurses Association announcing what it's calling a major victory for its nearly 5,000 nurses. NBC5's Lauren Preto has the story.
Providence nurses will return to work Thursday after 46 days on the picket line and more than a year of bargaining at one of Oregon's largest healthcare systems. The bargaining units for all 8 Providence, Oregon hospitals voted overwhelmingly to ratify their contracts and end the strike. Going back to January 10th, the largest healthcare workers' strike in Oregon history started when the Oregon Nurses Association was unable to agree on a new contract with Providence.
Each Providence hospital shares a lot of the same issues. We have issues with safe staffing. We have issues with our health care benefits. All of us out here are making an incredible sacrifice, and I think it's important to know that 5,000 of us are not unreasonable.
But by day 10 of the strike, Providence Medford Medical Center said some 40% of union-represented nurses actually chose to work instead of strike, a number the Oregon Nurses Association said was unverified. One anonymous local nurse told NBC5 News that many nurses were not as unhappy working at Providence as the union said they were.
I personally don't trust our union, and I don't think that union wants the best for the workers. But that's my opinion.
On day 13, the union claimed Providence was not taking negotiations seriously, offering what they called regressive proposals.
Our frontline caregivers want to be inside the hospital taking care of patients, and Providence needs to get serious about these negotiations and reach a fair contract to make sure that happens.
At the request of Governor Tina Kotek, mediation restarted on day 20. A tentative agreement was finally reached, but nurses overwhelmingly rejected it days after Medford's big snowstorm in early February.
Well, there were improvements in this proposal that came across. There were still a lot of elements of the contract that were not addressed.
The nurses union faced an additional challenge on day 36 when Providence announced healthcare benefits for striking nurses would be cut at the end of Providence Medford registered nurse Jennifer Smith said the thought of nurses crossing the picket lines had become more realistic because some were scared to lose benefits, including herself, who relied on insurance for medication.
Out of pocket, I don't know if I can get those medications if I don't have insurance. Honestly, there is a lot of concern that, what do you do without insurance?
Last week, on the 40th day of the nurses' strike, Providence agreed to come back to the bargaining table. A tentative agreement with nurses at all 8 hospitals in Oregon was announced on day 44 after 3 days of federally mediated bargaining. As the final votes came in Monday afternoon, Governor Kotek told reporters that she was more optimistic, saying the ONA and Providence were more serious the second time around.
My message to them has been, it is important for the state for this to be resolved, to support a healthcare system that's critical for many Oregonians.
After 6 weeks of the strike, a deal is finally reached. Bargaining Unit Vice Chair with Medford ONA, Whitney Evans, says in addition to the original tentative agreement, the nurses are being offered 75% of their full retroactive pay that they've missed since their contracts expired on April 1st, 2024. Evans says they were also able to solidify language of articles in their contracts. Registered nurse Brianna Zabel says the agreement offered significant gains.
On our last tentative agreement that we voted no on, they did not offer us back pay, and so this time they are, which is a significant win for Medford specifically. But I do believe that it's all due to our solidarity throughout the state and being strong on the strike line and standing up for what we believe in.
In Medford, Lauren Preto, NBC5 News.
Moving on to more news.